guards present?
They have good players. They have good players overall. They actually, have a good post player too as well. So we're just going to treat it, like we're playing a championship game versus a top team, and they are. If you're in the NCAA tournament, you can play, and that's period. I don't care what seed you are. And that's the way we look at it. No, we're not underestimating anybody, no matter what our seed is and what their seed is. We're going out there and getting ready to play. And as far as the guards go, we're going to be attacking the whole game. It's going to be a physical game, and we're going to play very physical and just go out there and try to win against a great team.
Coach K mentioned earlier you guys are working on cleaning up some execution on offense, trying to clean some things up that way. Can you talk a little bit about that, what you've been doing to try to get things a little more
this past tournament, a lot of times people were just caught watching, just overall on offense, and sometimes it wasn't. It can be very stagnant on offense sometimes, and people would just sit there and watch instead of just getting constant movement. And I think when a team like ours, with as many weapons we have, when we constantly move, it's going to be really tough to guard us. Rather when we're really stagnant, it's very easy because we don't have to move that much on defense. And especially like he just said, their guards and stuff like that. We're going to be moving, trying to make them work on both ends. So that's one thing we worked on this. That's what we're working on this week.
Where did you think you missed Ryan most last week?
Just overall in all kind of areas. Ryan just doesn't do one thing. That's the thing about him. We missed him as the offense for to spread the floor. You can't help off Ryan, which helps a lot. And if you do, then I get the kick to Ryan, or Seth gets the kick to Ryan, or Quinn, Tyler, whoever Case has the ball. And he can knock it down. He can make free throws, and at the same time, you forget he's a big man, so he can rebound as well. And I think we missed him in all of those aspects. But we have guys that are going to fill in. And like I said, Ryan's is a huge part of our team, no doubt. But we have guys that are going to step in and fulfill the role. And I have 100% confidence in my other teammates.
I know the focus is always one game at a time. You don't want to overlook anybody. Have you had a chance to take a look at the rest of the region, and what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, of course. I did that today. Just looking at it, just saying, well, where would it be if we did this game, this game, this game. And we have a tough region, but that's fun. I'm looking at the teams ahead of us, and I'm excited. And of course, it starts off first with Lehigh, but after them, you just kind of look, just to see if you do win, who you play. There's a lot of good teams, Xavier, Notre Dame. We have Kentucky later down the road, Baylor later down the road. This is if we all win. So it's a fun region, and all of us, including Kentucky, everybody has to start off with that part, and UConn's in there as well. So we have a tough region, but I think that's the best part about March Madness. If you ask me, I'd rather play in a region with the better teams. Why not go against teams that we haven't played against all year? You know what I'm saying? We haven't played a Big East team and all that stuff, so I would like to go against those teams.
Austin, are you seeing anything? I did the totals on the three-point shooting from the tournament. You guys were 10 of 46 in Atlanta. What do you see, if anything, that's caused the three-point shooting to fall back here?
Well, one, I think it's part of that stagnant, offense we've had. Mm-hmm. So that means guys aren't getting wide open looks like we used to. I think if we're not moving around as well, then when we do get the ball, it's a contested shot instead of getting a more open shot. And numbers are numbers. In my opinion, I never look at them. I couldn't tell you what I was or what anybody was because I don't care. We're just going to go out there and be confident and do what we can do. I always tell Dre, I don't care if you're 0 for 100, make the 100 first one. That's what shooters do, and I'm fully confident in everybody on the team that can shoot. And I think the answer to that question, though, really is just that we got to move around more. That way we can get better looks instead of contested threes. A three-pointer is the longest shot in basketball. You don't want to make it harder by having a contested three-point shot. So I think the easier we can make that, the better our percentages will be.
Is his confidence pretty battered right now?
No, I think he's fine. One thing Dre, I think people don't know about Dre is, whether you look at his numbers or like his numbers or not, he's always confident. He can miss a lot, but he's going to come back the next day or come back at night and get shots up, and he'll be ready to go the next day. And I have confidence in Dre, just because he is a big role in our team, and this is his first time going into the NCAA tournament where he's been a marquee role. The same as everybody. For us freshmen, it's our first time even being in a tournament. So we all have new roles going into the biggest tournament in college basketball. I think that's exciting, and I think that's going to force a lot of players to play well. especially players like Dre. And I have full confidence that he can hit those shots, and I know he will. And when I drive, those guys converge, and he makes one, they'll know not to, converge again. So it'll be good.